a jurar cuánto te quise y te quiero todavía. Adiós, amor, me voy de ti y esta vez para siempre.
Good morning, Lehigh. My name is Noah, and thanks for tuning in to our WKZN news broadcast, bringing you up to date globally and locally. On today's broadcast, we will be talking about women's national basketball players, Southwest Airlines, and 4 escaped baboons. The word of the week is unhealthy, meaning harmful to your health. Seniors, on April 20th, you will take your panoramic pictures and the number 18 on the football field. You need to wear your class t-shirts. If you have questions, see Mrs. Wendy in the library or Mrs. Koser. If you are interested in becoming Miss Lehigh, go and see Miss Turner, Mrs. Gomez, or Mrs. Laux for info and paperwork. Rose Julian is now the second basketball player in FGCU to reach the Women's National Basketball League. Not only does she lead the Eagles in scoring, but she also has the highest scoring rate for the team. She begins training camp in April 29th with the Atlanta Dream and finds out if she makes the final roster May 17th. Lee County are getting closer to buy a property to put a boat ramp in the North Fort Myers. They are also going to add a park with the boat ramp. The Lee County has 17 public boat ramps and also access points. They will present the negotiations to the commissioners that it's complete, and then the commissioners will decide to move forward or not. The property that they thinking of buying, they can expand it to have space for the park. Just when everyone thought we were going to have the beach to ourselves and less traffic, the tourists decide to extend tourism season. Northern weather is going through a cold winter, and some tourists might even say that this is the worst April weather yet. Also, with hotel rates lowered after Easter, it just makes it even better. That concludes our local and school announcements. Let's transition to our international headlines. Southwest Airlines Flight 1380 made an emergency landing in Philadelphia after a window, wings, and fuselage were damaged. 7 passengers were injured. Findings say an engine fan blade was missing. The Boeing 737-700 had been en route from New York's LaGuardia Airport to Dallas, Texas, with 140 passengers and few crew when the incident happened. 4 baboons escaped a biomedical research lab in San Antonio, Texas. The 4 climbed over a 55-gallon barrel and then jumped out of their compound. One of them made it past a tree line and got onto a street. Civilians were freaked out. An animal care team from the Southwest National Primate Research Center had rounded up the rogue animals and returned them to their enclosure. The French President Emmanuel Macron has said he was the one that convinced Trump to stay in Syria before the launch strikes. Trump has wanted to break off from Syria, but French media outlets have said Macron convinced him that it was necessary to stay. Macron has also said he was the one that convinced Trump to target suspected chemical sites. Now, let's check out Lizette with our new daily creature.
The kiwi is a flightless bird native to New Zealand, being approximately the size of a domestic chicken. They are actually a symbol of uniqueness for New Zealand and are cherished by all cultures. They can also lay one of the largest eggs in relation to their body of any bird in the world. They have unique adaptations, such as their short and stout legs and long beak to detect prey before they even see it.
Thanks, Lizette. Now let's experience unlimited power with the Force Unleashed in our game of the day. Star Wars The Force Unleashed is a great hack-and-slash game as well as a great Star Wars game. The game fits greatly into the Star Wars mythos by adding its own great characters as well as some recognizable faces. If you want an extremely fun game with a great Star Wars story, then Star Wars The Force Unleashed is the game for you. It's coming to that time of the broadcast. Let's throw it over to Rashard with our sports segment.
Good morning, Lehigh. Bashar here with your Lightning Sports. Tonight we celebrate our seniors on the baseball team as they take on Golden Gate. But before, we will acknowledge the seniors as this will be their final home game. Come out and root the team to a win as this will be the final home game of the season. Also, anyone interested in cross country for next year's season, there will be a meeting today after school in the Hope Room. Coach P hopes to see you there. Speaking of cross country, Desiree Linden is the first U.S. citizen to win the Boston Marathon in the last 30 years. Her time of 2 hours and 40 minutes was good enough to beat all other competitors. The two-time Olympian surely made us proud with her time. That's all for the Lightning Sports. Back to you at the news desk.
That concludes our broadcast. Thanks for watching the Lehigh Live WKZN News. Have an electric day.
Do you have any information that belongs in our newscast? Make sure to submit it into CASO and don't forget to hit the Read on the Morning News button.